Wow, Tumaini, our hero. We've actually fought together before. You probably don't remember it, though. You do? Then it's truly an honor to serve alongside you once more.
Thank you for standing guard this whole time.
It's all good. Honestly, it's not been that much work. Haven't heard a peep from the enemy. Nothing that would indicate an impending attack. I've spotted a bunch of Abyss Order operatives, but they weren't acting hostile, just hanging around. There were even moments when they seemed to be meditating. At least, that's what it looked like to me. Maybe it's part of their religion or something. Out of an abundance of caution, I asked some shamans from the tribe to take a look and see if there was anything nefarious at work. But they didn't sense anything untoward, so we just put it down to religious ceremony and left them to it.
Interesting. Oh well, the more time they spend meditating, the less time they spend trying to beat us to a pulp.
Well, the shamans didn't raise any concerns, so how bad could it be? As far as I'm concerned, so long as they don't pose an active threat, they can do all the cult worship activities they want. Besides, as soon as everything's in place and we're ready for an all-out offensive, there'll be no match for us.
Huh. Sounds like morale is pretty high. Guess there's strength and confidence in numbers. Let's keep going, traveler.
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll show up soon.
Huh? Is that Tumaini? What brings you here? Is this, like, a meet and greet? I wasn't... I'm so nervous.
Hey, come on! You'd march to war without so much as blinking. What's so scary about a chat with a traveler, huh?
It's not the same thing at all. There are plenty of chances to go to war. But a one-on-one chat with our great hero, that could be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. How can I not be nervous? What if I say something wrong? Or if my posture's bad? Or if I accidentally make a weird expression with my face? One bad impression can stick for life.
No one's here to judge you on your posture or your facial expressions. Relax!
All right, then. I'm sorry, great hero, but I have a small favor to ask.
What Paimon guess? An autograph, right? That's easy.
May I challenge you to a fight?
What? How can you be so audacious and so sheepish at the same time? Huh. Paimon's starting to think your nervousness is all just an act.
No, of course not. I just figured that if I don't ask now, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. but I am still on patrol. So please, Great Paimon, if you wouldn't mind taking over for me for just a few minutes?
Ugh, again with the sheepish audacity. Just pick one or the other, will you?
Ugh. Obviously, I never expected to win, but until now, I didn't appreciate just how great the gulf was between us. I'll be bragging about the day I got to spar with Hermione for the rest of my life. Today's really my lucky day.
Ugh, Paimon can't keep up with you. Your tone has changed all over again. Now you've had a spar with the Traveler. What gives?
Well, some people connect through conversation, but we warriors bond by sparring. And now that I've had a bout with the hero, we're no longer strangers. Nothing to be nervous about anymore.
Okay. Well, to each their own. But Paimon's still gonna stick to conversation.
Not at all. We haven't spotted any new enemy movements.
As Paimon expected, nothing here either. Let's do another lap and get back to Yan-san.
You're back. So, did the guards find anything?
Nothing much, no. Someone mentioned that the Abyss Order has been doing some kind of meditation or prayer, but apparently it seemed harmless. Paimon wants to lodge a complaint about one of the guards, though. His name's Kentalo.
Traveler? You're back already? No one thought to wake me up, huh?
In fairness, you look pretty hungover. Can't imagine anyone wanting to wake you up in that state.
I'll have you know I'm perfectly sober when I'm hungover. Okay. I'll admit that sounds strange at face value, but regardless, what I meant to say is, I heard something about the Abyss Order engaging in meditation.
Yeah, that's right. Does it mean anything to you, St. Lolly?
I sensed something strange in my dream. It was vague, but it seemed as if some noise had found its way into Natlan's ley lines.
Oh, what does that mean?
Hard to say. I don't think it had any tangible effect on the Night Kingdom or on our ley lines, but still. It's like a signal that exists on a different dimension of reality. It might not interfere with ours or pose any detectable risk, but I just get the sense that something strange is going on.
Oh. So even someone as familiar with the ley lines as you can't tell what's going on. No wonder the shamans that Satura called to the front lines couldn't sense anything.
Yan-san, I think we should go talk to the chiefs. There's no point dragging this out. We need to take the initiative and drive the Abyss Order out of Natlan for good.
If that's the Council of Granny Eatsley, I'm sure the chiefs will agree. But it will still take us some time to gather the required force. In war, adequate planning and preparation is the key to victory.
Sure, but the finer details aren't my concern. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Just remember to come find me when you're ready to talk to the chiefs. Oh? Sure, what is it? Huh, you mean only select individuals can see them? Now that's a strange one. I guess they could be manifestations of a disturbed psyche? Or extreme negativity embodied in physical form? It could also be a simple case of dead monsters whose souls got stuck here somehow. Well, I say simple. Things quickly get confusing when you start looking into monster souls. For starters, trying to figure out which classification system to use is a real pain in the...
Alright, we get it. Granny Eatsley's learning and wisdom knows no bounds. But could we just get the short answer?
Hey, I was just thinking out loud. You really think I was just trying to flaunt my knowledge? Anyway, the short answer is... there are many potential explanations for the kind of phenomenon you describe. That said, it's not something I've ever encountered in all my years.
Ooh, wow. Okay. Well, if Granny Eatsley's never seen it, it might as well not exist, right?
Hey, I'm not that old!
Care to elaborate on what happened? This all sounds rather mysterious.
Really? You had to hold her hand to see the monsters? That sounds a little contrived.
Huh? That's the part that bothers you?
Maybe the point is more that it requires direct physical contact, whether that be hand-holding or otherwise. But that's neither here nor there. What bothers me is, it sounds like she's convinced that your sibling, the leader of the Abyss Order, is a savior. That really makes me question whose side this girl is on, and whether what she told you about her background is actually the truth. Sorry if that comes across as paranoid. It's just hard not to be suspicious of everything when we're in the middle of a war.
Actually, Paimon feels like you make a fair point.
Whoever this girl is, she sounds like bad news.
Okay, well, you're clearly just jumping to conclusions.
It's hard to know what to make of it. A young lady all by herself, lost in the middle of nowhere, sees monsters that no one else can, calls the leader of the Abyss Order her savior. At the very least, we should remain vigilant. Keep a close watch on her.
Sounds sensible. On that note, we probably shouldn't have left her by herself in that cave.
Traveler, we still need some time to muster our forces. Maybe you could check on her if you're not busy. Just be careful.
It's settled then. Let's go check on her.
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll show up soon.
Here we are. Deirdre will still be here, right? Oh, it's so quiet, though. Uh-oh. What if Yansan was right? Maybe she never intended to stay here at all. Traveler, watch out!
Oh, sorry. I didn't know it was you.
I heard a noise and I thought it was the monsters coming to get me. Did I hurt you? Oh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking straight.
Phew. That was scary. Paimon thought we'd walked into a trap. Maybe we shouldn't have sneaked in without announcing it. Then you would have known we weren't monsters.
To be honest, I've been really on edge since you left. I just have this constant feeling that any second, the monsters are gonna come back and get me. And it's not like I can run from them. There's also no way to cook here. It's good you got back when you did. Another hour and a half and you probably would have found me starved to death.
Oh, that's weirdly precise. Though, it does explain why your attack on the Traveler was so weak. Wait, if you really thought you were gonna starve or get killed by monsters, why'd you promise that you'd be okay here on your own?
I just didn't want to lose face in front of my hero. He already saved my life once. That's more than enough. I just don't want to come across as a constant burden.
Huh. For someone on the brink of starvation, you're pretty preoccupied with your image. What's the real reason?
What? That is the real reason. I'm kind of bearing my soul here, you know? Anyway, so, could you make me some food now?
Oh, Paimon's getting hungry now, too. Go on, then. You can join us for dinner.
Whew. I am so full. Thanks for saving me, again. Starvation feels like a distant memory now.
Huh. You can really pack it away, Deirdre. Guess that explains how you had the energy to make it this far.
I tried so hard to hold back, but it looks like I still came across like a total glutton.
Paimon didn't even realize how late it is. Hey, the night sky here is really pretty.
Yeah, and it's all thanks to you both that I'm able to relax and enjoy it. I was cooped up in that cave the whole time you were gone. Now, I'm finally out. The air seems fresher, and the stars more beautiful than ever before.
You weren't in there that long.
When I was young, I used to lie on the roof of my house, gazing up at the stars. And often, my mind would drift to this question. Is this starry sky actually real? But my grandma would tell me, the answer to that question doesn't really matter. Think of all the people in our village who spend their entire lives here, she'd say. To them, that little village is their whole world. And so, if it's our destiny to live beneath this sky all our lives, then whatever may or may not lie beyond, this is our world, and that sky is real to us.
Paimon kinda gets you, but also not really. Is it kind of like how journeying with the Traveler is everything to Paimon right now?
I really treasured my world for a really long time. The village was my everything. The houses, the scenery, stories I always loved to hear about the Savior. But I could never bring myself to agree with Grandma. Even if the village was my entire world, I still had to know what lay outside its borders.
Yeah, you!
So, I finally ventured out and set off on my journey to find the Savior. I'm going to make my world bigger, one step at a time. And I'm not going to stop until I've seen what's beyond the stars. Maybe then, I'll finally get an answer to the question I had as a child. Who knows? Maybe one day, I'll be sitting and chatting just like we are now, but with someone from another world.
Yeah, one day. If only we could tell her. But it's probably best not to open that can of worms right now.
I need to find the Savior and protect my world. Then, I can make sure it continues to grow. That's the most worthwhile thing I could think of doing, so I've been giving it everything I've got.
You know what? That's pretty cool. Paimon kinda wants to root for you now.
Sorry. I got a little carried away. I always get chatty after a hearty meal. Just like my grandma. Hold on. Shh. It's them. The monsters are back.
Where? Oh, still invisible, huh?
Can you see them now?
Paimon still can't see anything. But please, be careful.
Get with me!
Animal hypostasis emulation.
Be silent. Close your eyes.
Bond is strong. Absorption test. This way. Oh, stand clear. Swirl, Mark 2, Animotech 6308.
The long sleep bells. Observe. Be silent now.
Huh? Wow, that was fast. Did you get all of them? Paimon's slowly but surely getting used to the sight of you fighting thin air. You doing all right, Deirdith? Deirdith? Hey, it's okay. There's nothing to be scared of anymore.
Oh, I'm fine. I just spaced out there for a moment.
You spaced out? That's a pretty bold move under the circumstances.
I was just... the image of the Traveler fighting to protect me. I was trying to commit it to memory. Seems like the least I can do.
All right. Whatever floats your boat.
Anyway, there are no more monsters in the area, and it's getting late. Why don't you stay here tonight?
Sounds reasonable to Paimon. What do you think, Traveler? will be... Huh? Deirdre? Why are you going in alone?
Doomsday. A fitting name indeed. A blood-red sky. Wild beasts that slaughter all in sight. Endless pain. A terrible curse that cannot be reversed. And the birth of a savior.
You're awake. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, You just look quite distressed, like you were having a nightmare. I thought if I took your hand into mine, you might find it soothing. At least, that's what my family always did when I had nightmares. But it didn't seem to work on you. In fact, I think I made it even worse. I'm so sorry.
Oh, is that right? You better not be trying to pull a fast one on the Traveler.
What? Don't be so... I have more self-control than that.
Self-control? What does that have to do with it? No way is Paimon getting back to sleep after this. You go ahead. But for the rest of the night, Paimon is staying up to keep an eye on this young lady.
Oh, do I really seem that shady to you?
Well, Deirdre, there should be enough food for 3 days. Make sure you eat the perishable stuff first, so nothing goes to waste. You can't tell which stuff is perishable, right?
Yeah, I can tell from the ingredients. Thank you so much for making all this for me. 3 days will definitely be enough time for my ankle to heal. Then I'll continue on my journey to find the Savior.
All right, then we'll be off. Bye for now, Deirdre.
See you? Wait! But if this is goodbye, how am I supposed to find you again? Oh, I mean, what if I find your sibling? How am I supposed to let you know?
Ah, that's a good point. We share the same goal, but we're constantly on the road, so we've got no fixed address. How about this? When the time comes, you can just write a letter to Mawika. She'll be able to find us for sure.
Mawika? Who's Mawika?
It's the Abyss Order! They're here! But it doesn't look like they're marching to war. More like they're running away?
Where? What are you talking about?
A bunch of Abyss Order thugs. You don't see them? They're heading right this way!
That's strange. I guess it's my turn to not be able to see the monsters. You're right! I see them now. You weren't joking after all. So this is what it's like.
What a weird situation. What is making these monsters invisible? Is it Deirdre? Or the monsters themselves? Or is it us? Well, might as well mow these ones down, just so they can't pose a threat to the tribes. Woohoo! All done! Their morale seems super low. Guess they really were on the run, huh?
So there's no more of them, right? I still can't wrap my mind around this. Why couldn't I see them until you took my hand?
So, any ideas on why those monsters might have been running away? Maybe something went down on the front line. Oh, Paimon's getting a little worried about Eon-san and the others. Let's head back to the Masters of the Night Wind right away! We gotta go! Bye for now, Deirdre!
See ya, and please take care.
We ran into quite a big group from the Abyss Order just now. Has something happened at the front?
The front line has collapsed.
Huh? But how?
No, relax. Their front line has collapsed, not ours.
Oh, feels like you could have phrased that more clearly at the start. But this is good news, right? Why'd you still look so serious?
No, we're still mustering troops, nowhere near ready to go on the offensive. So at first, I was also confused about what exactly happened out there. But just now, I got the full story from a guard who was on the scene. He watched the enemy lines crumble in real time.
What did he see?
One person. Just a single individual. They stormed the enemy lines and attacked with a vengeance, cutting them down like paper dolls. They wielded an unknown power and fought with a sword style that no one recognized. The guard who relayed this to me said that before he even had time to react, the enemy was decimated. I'm only recounting what I heard, and I'm sure the guard in question must be exaggerating to some extent. But still, we have to identify this person. And assuming they're a neutral party, we'll need to figure out how to engage with them. Clearly they're a force to be reckoned with, so we don't want to come across as too weak or too hostile. It's quite a diplomatic conundrum.
You don't need to sweat it, Eon-san. From your description, we're already pretty confident that we know this person. Honestly, with the Abyss Order acting out so publicly, it's about time he showed up.
Dainsliff!
It's been a while, Dane. And yeah, after we heard what went down, we figured you'd shown up. You caused quite a stir, you know. Oh, this is a friend of ours from Natlan. Her name's Eon-san. She insisted on coming here to thank you in person.
It is my honor, Mr. Dainsliff. Thank you for breaking the stalemate in our war against the Abyss Order. Natlan is fortunate to share a common enemy with such a mighty warrior as yourself.
Please don't mind him, Eon-san. He always talks like that, but he's a pretty nice guy deep down.
It's quite all right. Uezo Janssen respects those of great power. It's quite clear that he meant no offense, and I am still delighted to make his acquaintance. Anyway, since you're old friends, I'll leave you to catch up for now. Take your time.
Sure thing. You probably have plenty of other stuff to do anyway, right? Since this war isn't exactly over. See you later, Eon-san! Hey, Dane. Would it have killed you to be a little more polite? She's our friend. Ugh, so stubborn. But whatever. So anyway, Dane, do you have any new info about the Abyss Order for us? Any idea what they're trying to achieve with this war, for example? We thought so too. But it sounds like you're no closer to learning what that goal is than we are. What do you think we should do? Paimon gets it. Nothing in the world can satisfy you like making mincemeat out of the Abyss Order, right? Oh, okay. A rare, candid response from Dane. Well, actually, we found his sister's hibernation chamber key near the Collective of Plenty. She must have lost it. Oh, and there's more! After finding the key, we also ran into this weird girl. She kept seeing monsters that we couldn't see, and then, this other time, we saw a lord of monsters, but she couldn't. She also said she was on a journey to find the savior. Her description of this savior matched the traveler pretty closely, so we figured it's probably his sister. Yeah, that's right. Is something the matter, Dane? Wait, wasn't his sister called the princess, though? Where did this savior thing come from? Oh, sounds like the people of Conria really believed in her. Ah, Paimon gets it now. So, a bit like Kaya, except she grew up somewhere more isolated? Still, that doesn't explain the invisible monster situation. Sure. Also, why don't you stay with us at the Masters of the Night Wind for tonight? You must be tired after all that fighting today. that Dane and Eon-san discussing strategy together? Huh. Looks like they're getting along just fine. Morning! What are you guys talking about?
Ah, you're here. I have some good news to share with you. We just got word from the Scions of the Canopy. Their intelligence has reported that they've discovered the Abyss Order's headquarters in Natlan. After their front lines dissolved, the bulk of their forces fell back to that area. It's also where their central command is located. The location? The Cinder City.
Cinder City, huh? That tracks. Seems like their kind of place. Hey, this is great! This could be our chance to crush the Abyss Order once and for all! And with any luck, maybe we'll find your sister there too.
Yep, our army is almost ready, and we've sent a message to Mawika to let her know the plan. We can't really launch an operation this big without the okay from the Archon. I've already explained my reasoning, Mr. Dainsleif. I understand your concern, but an immediate strike is not on the cards for us.
You're gonna go on your own? Come on, be sensible. Just wait a tiny bit longer and you'll have a whole army going with you.
It's all right. I support your decision, Mr. Dainsleif.
Huh? Shouldn't you be talking sense into him?
I admire his courage, and I believe he is strong enough to take on the Abyss Order on his own. And even if things don't go to plan, he just needs to bide his time until we arrive with reinforcements. Mr. Dainsleif, I wish you the very best of luck.
Looks like he's waiting for you to say something, Traveler. Oh, for a second there, Paimon actually thought he was gonna brave it alone. And then he called his own bluff. Is this the place? The Abyss Order's hideout in Natlan? It's been so long since we fought with Dane side by side. Paimon's confident we can clear this place out long before Eon-san arrives. And if you get to meet your sister again, even better. Let's go! Stand clear. Animal test 6308.
Behold!
A moonlit night for all. Surge.
Hear the truth!
Terrified! Stand clear.
Name of the truth!
That's not right.
Close your eyes. Night falls.
The door is opened until...
Bond is strong. Stand with me. Animal type 60 away. Stand clear.
Be silent. Beware the creatures of the night.
Bond is strong. Swirl, Mark 2. Animal test, healing. Absorption test.
Spectre that haunts us. The abyss is all present. To feel this mentality, to resist
Stand clear.
Observe. Be silent. To dust.
this shall rise once again. Twilight Sword Dainsleif. Is this really what you want?
So, where's the Traveler's sister then? Or is this guy supposed to be in charge here?
So, this is a hunt to you. I must say I pity you, Dainsleif. The death you dole out so readily to others is a luxury you yourself cannot enjoy. But today, that is the least of your worries. Do you realize that all your years of pursuing us are being rendered utterly meaningless, even as we speak? Then allow me to be frank. As far as we are concerned, our princess has already won by other means. And I do not merely mean this battle. No. Her Highness has achieved something far greater. For today, the Abyss Order's greatest wish has finally been fulfilled. Our Highness quietly infiltrated the Night Kingdom to exploit that realm's past experience with ley line reconstruction. And then used the Loom of Fate to reweave the ley lines of Conria.
What? She used the Loom of Fate? Wait, does this mean the attack on the Masters of the Night Wind was all a smokescreen to give her some cover? Oh no! This makes too much sense.
Correct. As of now, our homeland has been revived. And all of my comrades that you have slain, Dainsleif, They shall forget the struggles that have beset them these past 500 years, and begin their lives anew in a Khaenri'ah restored to life.
Right. You still need a few steps after that, such as finding a place to host the ley lines you just re-wove. Plus, if it was really so easy, Moika and the captain would have had a way easier time during the war.
Oh, you poor fools. Clinging to delusions, even after the truth has been plainly revealed to you. Think back on the past few days. Have you truly not noticed anything amiss since the start of the war?
I sensed something strange in my dream. It was vague, but it seemed as if some noise had found its way into Natlan's ley lines.
Oh, what does that mean?
Hard to say. I don't think it had any tangible effect on the Night Kingdom or on our ley lines, but still. It's like a signal that exists on a different dimension of reality. It might not interfere with ours or pose any detectable risk, but I just get the sense that something strange is going on.
According to a guard stationed near the Masters of the Nightwind, many members of the Abyss Order were seen idling around during the lull in the conflict, even settling down to meditate. I couldn't see the monsters that Diridith could see. And she couldn't see the ones I could. We could only see the monsters in each other's sight after making physical contact.
My body is failing me. Will not bring shame to the name of the Abyss!
Terrified!
Do you still not understand? You rather very! The Abyss Order's mission has been fulfilled!
That should be all of them, right? So, we've destroyed the Abyss Order's headquarters in Natlan, but somehow, that didn't feel satisfying at all. Are you still thinking about what that guy said? You look really worried.
"500 years on, and you still refuse to address me as master. Don't forget, Dainsleif. You may be the renowned Twilight Sword, while my arm has grown too feeble to swing a blade. But I taught you everything you know about wielding a blade. Be that as it may, under the circumstances, I see no further reason for us to fight. The curse of immortality means neither of us has a way to completely destroy the other. Finally had enough. You weren't joking then, huh? Never, in all my worst nightmares, have I experienced anything close to the pain of 100 deaths. Surely, there's no point taking out all your hatred on me alone. All right, I believe you. Still, aren't you at least a little tired now? Why don't we sit down, perhaps? Chat a little, hmm? What? Not a fan of reminiscing about old times? Well, I suppose you don't have many fond memories to look back on. Indeed. When the cataclysm first struck, everyone prayed for the Savior to deliver them. But she was nowhere to be found. Yes, Once we knew that the great abyssal power within her had been divided up. Yet we still despaired at her choice to leave us. Still, I believe that everything she's doing now, including her regret over what happened, comes from a genuine place in her heart. And besides, who else can we place our faith in? We are proud Conrians, are we not? I mean, we can hardly turn to the gods. Is that so? Oh, I'm sorry, Dainsleif. I would apologize to you for those actions, truly. But the fact is, I honestly can't remember them anymore. Look at me. Look at what has become of me. Only by the Abyss's grace have I managed to maintain this physical form. But as for the rest, memories, spirit, emotions, personality, they have long become eroded, fragmented beyond recognition. Even if mine was a past steeped in sin, or in shame I once longed to hide, I would wish to remember it. Without my history, I fear I will become another person entirely. I would like to apologize for any misdeeds that are mine. So please, tell me everything. Tell me about the Conria we once called home. You seem to remember much. Could you tell me more about it? About our golden age? Is that so? What a pity. But this will be quite sufficient, as long as the loom of fate heard what I could not. I'm afraid I owe you yet another apology, Dainsleif. You were right. I lied to you earlier. Your wits are too sharp to be fooled by me. The homeland hasn't yet been revived. In fact, even the ley line weaving is not yet complete. Think of ley lines as the collection of memories concerning a given place. To reweave Conria's ley lines as they were 500 years ago we would somehow need to retrieve almost all the memories of Conria from that age. The loom of fate cannot weave without an abundant supply of memories. And so, we relied on everyone in the Abyss Order to provide what they could, even though fragments are all that remain in most cases. The more we all share, the more that can be restored. Indeed, we, a people in exile, stranded 500 years in the future, will weave our homeland anew and bring the nation of our dreams back into the real world. Ah, what a glorious undertaking! What a shame it had to take this long. After 500 years, most of our memories have faded, and a world woven from broken memories shall itself be broken. Precisely, for you possess a ring left to you by your elder brother, which continuously resets your body's condition. Of course, your memories are susceptible to erosion just like ours. But of all Conrians who remain, you are sure to remember the most. We had to obtain the memories in your mind, whatever the price. Even if it meant sacrificing our entire army as bait. Perhaps, but that is the gamble our Highness has chosen to make. And thanks to you, the loom of fate has now finished weaving the ley lines. New Conria is complete!
It's Judith! Great! She's still here!
from the same world, are we?
No. I come from your future.
Wait, but that's great! That means the world isn't going to end. In that case, tell me, what happens to Conria? What happens to my homeland? No, wait. Don't answer that. We can only fight for our future. If the future is unknown, I still believe the Savior can turn things around. I'll carry on looking for her, even if you're not there to protect me. Although, in a way, I've already found my Savior. It's you. You protected me, and I believe you can protect us all. You're the one who can change everything. It's just too bad that we're not from the same time or place. Oh, one last thing before I forget. I know how much you want to find your sister. Surely she must be desperate to find you too. So, is there anything you can give me as a memento? Proof that we met? That way when I do find her, I can convince her that you're also searching for her. Huh? What is it?
So that's what happened. Istaroth, the ruler of time, must have had a hand in this. There's no other way that this meeting could have taken place. I knew only the ending. I've always been curious about the events that led to it. When the cataclysm first began 500 years ago, I, as the Princess of Conria, was preparing to do my part, to fight back with all my might. But then, this girl, Deirdith, she found me. The irony was that even as she desperately begged me to save the world, she brought me news of you. I was stunned. And I was suspicious of her claim that you were searching for me. But then, she showed me the key to your hibernation chamber. We'd been separated ever since I awakened in Tevat. I searched the whole planet and found no trace of you anywhere. And then, she brought me that news at the worst possible moment. I was faced with an extremely difficult decision. I desperately wanted to see you again. But Conria was in equally desperate need of my help. I knew that no matter what I chose, I'd regret my decision for the rest of my days. So I steeled myself against the guilt and made my decision. I went to see you. But when I found you, you were still in hibernation. Even the key to the chamber was still secure on your person. I couldn't make sense of what I was seeing, but there was no time to think. I just grabbed you and ran. That's where we are right now. An intersection in our memories. This question has haunted me for the past 500 years. I never imagined the answer would come to me like this. So my actions 500 years in the future set everything in motion. Are you mocking me, Istaroth? Not yet. But I've taken a very important step. Now, the ley lines of Conria are complete. I'd always thought that Tevat's ley lines were locked by the heavenly principles. No more can be added, and existing ones cannot be replaced. But then, I learned that Natlan's Night Kingdom appeared to be an exception to the rule. It has intrigued me ever since. So I directed the Abyss Order to feign an attack on Natlan, buying me some time to enter the Night Kingdom and negotiate with the Lord of the Night. Unfortunately, for other reasons, even the Night Kingdom cannot host any new ley lines. The most I could get was some room to carry out the weaving process. Still, I received the Lord of the Night's permission and activated the Loom of Fate. Using an Intivat as the base, I was able to grow a realm based on the Conria of 500 years ago, superimposing it over present-day Natlan space-time. That superimposition is what allowed you and Deirdith to cross paths. After that, the new Conria was enriched with memories of the old, drawn from the Abyss Order's members in their meditation sessions. With those memories as raw materials, and the superimposed realm as a template, the Loom of Fate finally finished its work. What I now hold in my hand is the Atlas of the New World. This is the product of the Loom of Fate, holding within it the entire network of New Conria's ley lines. With this, the nation once known as Conria can rise again. One day, I will find a suitable host location for it. When I first arrived in Conria 500 years ago, my memory was completely blank. It was only after I had served as their princess for many years that I slowly began to remember everything, including you. But recovering old memories didn't simply erase the part of my life I spent in Conria. I still see it as my second home. That is why my guilt weighs so heavily on me. But even so, that only constitutes part of my motive. More importantly, if I wish to speak with the heavenly principles as an equal, I will need the might of an entire world behind me. I know know you always want to change fate. We both do. But this time, I won't let you succeed. I cannot miss the chance to reunite with you 500 years in the past. No matter what.
Our hero is back! Everyone's been waiting for you! The Abyss Order made a full retreat before our forces even arrived on the scene. All thanks to your efforts, no doubt. Oh, and Mr. Dainsliff's, of course. What's wrong? You look upset.
Paimon doesn't know the details either. The Traveler just disappeared after taking Deirdre's hand. It was like they got sucked into another world. Paimon was looking all over for him, and then he suddenly reappeared, right back in the same spot, but looking a lot more glum.
I think I got the gist of what happened. Something to do with your sister? I spoke with the Lord of the Night in a dream just now, and learned quite a lot.
Huh? You met your sister? And you didn't think to tell Paimon right away? Well, oh, never mind. Paimon can see that you're pretty down right now. But let's go over everything later, all right?
What your sister accomplished? It all but defies comprehension. I was stunned when I heard about it too. But what surprised me the most was that the Lord of the Night actually chose to allow it. The Lord of the Night did try to explain it to me, but in a word, it's complicated. During the war with the Abyss, Mawika had an argument with the captain. Mawika believed that we should fight to protect our culture and memories, while the captain believed the preservation of the ley lines should come before all else. So, the Lord of the Night was very intrigued when presented with the Loom of Fate, and informed of its ability to weave ley lines. She saw your sister's actions as a potential third option, namely to preserve an entire nation in the form of an atlas.
Preserve a nation? You've definitely lost me now.
You're not the only one. Paimon's got no idea what's going on either.
With that in mind, the Lord of the Night gave the go-ahead once she was satisfied that the Loom of Fate wouldn't have any real effect on Natlan. However, I believe she imposed an additional condition of her own.
An additional condition? Did she ask for something in return?
No idea. She wouldn't tell me what it was.
Huh.
Alright, well, let's not overthink this for now. We just won a war! Time for a well-earned drink to celebrate. I trust the Lord of the Night unreservedly, I'm sure she only involved herself to take a problem off our hands, so it's one less thing for us to worry about. Don't you agree, Traveler? Come on, let's head back to the Collective of Plenty. Oh, Verissa should be there too. We'll treat you to a real feast. Huh?
Eon-san, leave him be. This might be hard to understand for an extrovert like you, but some people need alone time to recharge every once in a while.
Traveler,